ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
கடனாதாத்யம் கவிதார்கிகேசரி வேதாந்தாச்சார்யவர்யோ மே சந்நிதத்தாம் சதா ஹ்ருதி. ராமானுஜதயா பாத்ரும் ஞான வைராகிய பூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கட நாதார்யம் வேதாந்த தேசிகம். சீரொன்று தோப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் ஆரொன்று துண பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர ஓவளவும்.
So we are now taking the Swadhyaya, the topic, actually the fourth timing. Swadhyaya Madhye, in the middle of the Swadhyaya, self-study, Guruvadi Puraskaraha. I told you, in two ways you can say, Guruvadina Puraskaraha, Guruvadehe Puraskaraha. Because you wanted two types of Vigravakya for this word, namely honoring the teachers and honoring the students also. So honoring the students by the preceptor and respecting the teacher, preceptor by the students. So what should we do? So remember them. For example, take my own personal case. Ramaswamy Shastri was a very good name in my school days. He started from scratch, what you call Rama Shabda, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, and he first taught me what you call Ganesha Pancharatnam, Mudakarata Modakam, Sada Vimukti Sadhakam, Kaladhara Vatam Sakam, Pilasi Loka Rakshakam. Ganesha Pancharatnam, he started with this and then taught me beautifully from 9th grade to 11th grade. And I entered into the pre-university class in Annamalai, and therefore we had Sanskrit along with Tamil. That is the beauty of the pattern, curriculum pattern of pre-university of Annamalai University only. Whereas all other universities followed only one language, we had two languages. One compulsory, namely Tamil, the other one is anything, Sanskrit, Hindi. We had Urdu. We had Urdu department in Annamalai. we are all chummy with Urdu professors in those days. Only a Muslim will be a Yavana will be a professor of Urdu. So we had a very beautiful teaching. So Guru Adi Puraskara. Puraskara. We use it in Hindi as Puraskar. That's all. So Japa Madhye Gururvapi Vaishnavaha Yas Samagataha. Now we are talking of a teacher, Guru, who has come while you are doing the self-study. So we are doing the self-study, and then he has come in the middle as a guest. We call him Atitihi, Sanskrit Atitihi, meaning that he did not inform us earlier by WhatsApp, phone, and so on, letter, email, and so on. So he came suddenly. What should you do? We must get up, leave the japa in the middle, welcome him, offer him Adyam Padyam Achamaniyam, water for washing the hands, water for washing the feet, and water for drinking. Argyam Padyam Achamani. Especially Vaishnava, of course, all of us are Vaishnavas practically. Whether we belong to some other Sampradaya also, we are all Vaishnavas. Ariyam Shivanum Ondru, Ari Yadavan Vayil Mannu. Ariyam Shivanum Onnu, Ari Yadavan Vayil Mannu. Purusha Suktam, they recite differently. Sabrahma, Sashiva Sakarisendra Swakshara Paramaswarat. We will leave out the word Hari. Fortunately or unfortunately. Sabrahma, Sashiva Sendra Swakshara Paramaswarat. That's what we say. So what should we do? We have to talk with him. Let us know what he wants by visiting us. So whether he is a elderly man or young man, younger than us, there is a Subharitam in Sanskrit which says, Balova Yediva Yuvava Vruddhova Grihamagataha. First line. Balova Yuvava Yediva Yuvava Vruddhova Grihamagataha. Second half. Tasya puja vidhatavya griham abhyagato guru. Please note, last word. Griham abhyagataha guru. Whoever comes home, he is our teacher. He is our elder. He is our rather mentor. He is our guide. He is our philosopher. He is our friend. So what should you do? Sambhashanadi pujam. How do you respect him? You talk with him. Have a dialogue. Engage in conversation. That's all. Sambhashana adi pujam tu tasya kritva. Then you have to take permission from him to continue the meditation that you did earlier. You stopped earlier. So tasya kritva, tasya pujam kritva, anumanya cha, get his permission. Anumatihi. Permission. Tamil also we are using the word. Anumatihi. So then anushravya tataha kuryat japa shesham samahitaha. Now make him also listen for some time. So this is what we call in what we call ancestral ceremony, abhishravanam. We call it abhishravanam. The karta or somebody else is engaged to recite particular portions of scriptures. Whatever we know, we can say, while the feast is offered to the invitees, 2 or 3 or sometimes more also. During Mahalaya Paksha, they will invite at least 5 or 7 or so. On the death day of the ancestors, and therefore Abhishravanam we call it. So we have to what we call make them listen, Anushravya. They must not talk in the middle. All of us while taking food should not talk. And therefore, so they will be listening and taking. the food, and also they'll be considered as one of them as our ancestors, one of them as our Vishwe Devaha. The third one will be Vishnu, Mahavishnu. So one is called Vishwe Devaha. The other is called representative of all the ancestors, the dead father, grandfather, great grandfather, and so on, further back. And then, the other one is Lord Vishnu. So 3 people will be minimum. And we have 9 people in a function of what we call wearing the sacred thread, Upanayanam, or call it Brahmopadeshaha. It's called Gayatri Brahmopadeshaha. And also for marriages, they conduct Nandi with 9 people. So Abhishravanam, Anushravya, after making them listen, Tataha, then only, meaning then only, Kuryat, one must do Japa Shesham, whatever remained as remnant of your Japa, Samahitaha. Here you must be concentrating on the Japa. Samahitaha. Then you should not talk with the guest. Then you should not talk with the Guru who has come home. Why? So, Sarvasya Prabhavaha Yasmat Vishnu Padashrayaha Naraha. Tanmurata Kriya Sarva Sapalastu Bhavantihi. Let us all consider that all the human beings, without any exceptions whatsoever, are going to resort to, are resorting to the divine feet of Lord Mahavishnu, and therefore nobody is an exception. Nobody is exempted from resorting to the divine feet of Lord Mahavishnu. Therefore, Sarvasya Prabhava, he is the source of everything. All the Sampradayas accept Sriman Narayana. Then why there is a difference in attitude, say we hate people, we love people, we have different attitude toward people. So whatever be the God, Sarvadeva Namaskaraha Keshavam Pratigachati, that is not the here contention, but Sarvasya Prabhava. Where is that Sarvasya Prabhava? It is in Palashruti of Sri Vishnu Sahasranama, as you see. Dharmasya Prabhavaha. Dharmasya Prabhavaha. So who is that Dharma? Lord Mahavishnu. You can take the verse from the Palashruti of Sri Vishnu Sahasranama. Dharmasya Prabhavaha Prabhuhu. We have a word. We have a 2-line verse which says Dharma is basic, and then Dharmasya Prabhuhu Achyutaha. Dharmasya Prabhurachyutaha. That is all the 3 exact words. Then so Tanmonata Kriya Sarvaha. All actions in this world will be fruitful because their source is Lord Mahavishnu. Tanmulata, from his source, from he as a source, all actions, sarvaha kriyaha, sapalaha, successful, bhavanti, indeed, bhavanti, are successful, ARE. So tatra, mauna mantrartha chintanadeha, niyamaha, tatra grahyaha. So while the guest comes, do you remember earlier the lesson, the page where we said, we read that we must make others understand that we are doing meditation. We must make others understand that we are doing only meditation, not anything else. We are not detracting, we are not deviating from the thought of the Lord. So you must make others believe that. In order to make others believe, you must be faithful and sincere in our effort to make others feel that we are meditating only on the Lord. Somehow you have to do it. Don't ask me how to do it. So create confidence in others that you are meditating, not sitting idle, not whiling away the time, not sleeping, not thinking of anything else. So Mauna Mantra Artha Chintanadeyaha. So while you are doting on the, brooding over the meaning of the scriptures, spells, then you should be silent. So Mauna silence, Mantra Artha, spell meaning, then Chintanadeyaha. You must think of it. Again, the three actions, please remember. Chintanam, Artha Chintanam, then Japaha, then Upasanam. Whatever you call it in different words, that's all. Engage your mind completely with the Lord. Be one with the Lord. Remember every second, every split second, every 1/16th second, called Kshanam. Sorry, Trutihi. Trutihi is 1/16th second. There you must remember the Lord. And I say you must remember the Lord, I must remember the Lord. The advice is not for others. Paropadeshe Pandityamasti. So name Shishya Guru Sabbrahmacharibihi Shreyaha Arthibihi. So read it Shreyorthibihi Anasuyabihi Vitaragaihi Sahavadaha. Now what do? We have to talk. You should not talk worldly matters. Somebody comes, elderly person or young person, a child, whatever, whoever it is, he comes home, don't talk with him nonsense. Don't gossip with him. Don't talk politics. Don't talk anything else of the world. Remember, suppose we are the disciples and the who comes home is a teacher, guru, then Sabbrahmacharibhya, along with our classmates, Sabbrahmacharibihi, Sheyortibihi, we are all mutually well-wishers. We are all well-wishers mutually. We are all what we call Sanskrit Hitaishinaha. Everybody wants others to be happy. Then, most important is we must not be jealous towards each other. Anasuyubihi. We must not be envying others. Then Vita Ragaihi. We must have no desires of this world. So we must have deleted from our mind the attachment to the world. Vita Ragaihi. Ragaha means color, red color. Ragaha means tune in music. Ragaha means attachment. Ragaha means love. So love towards worldly things should be off. Delete. Don't paste it in your mind. So Vitaragehi Sahavada. Then you can argue. You can argue the meaning of the scriptures. You can argue Sri Bhashyam and Vedatta Sangraha, all the books of Sri Ramanujacharya, all the books of Vedanta Desika, all the books of Manavala Mavani, all belonging to the spiritual head, namely Lord Vishnu. So what do? You teach others and get taught by others. Bodhayantah parasparam. Bhagavad Gita Vakyam. This is Bhagavad Gita Vakyam. So Bodhayantah parasparam. Teaching each other. Mutually teaching each other. So Ityukta Samvadopi, even in that particular argument, for example, you teach others, I am taught by others, then Tattva Nirnaya Phalatva Avisheshat. So it should not deviate from the principle, the final goal, the spiritual principle, namely Tattva, Nirnaya, in deciding over the principle, Phalatvam, the usage or the advantage, Avishesha, there should be no difference. Between you and I, there should be no contradiction. That's the meaning of. So where do you get these ideas, contradictory ideas? Itihasa Puranadivat. So you get a lot of contradictory ideas within the Purana, within Itihasa, namely Ramayana and Mahabharata. But we are not supposed to argue vehemently, trying to win over each other, rather defeat each other, and then argue against God, non-believers of God. So we should not become non-believers of God while reading Ramayana and Mahabharata. You see a lot of differences in the sports of the incarnations of Mahavishnu. Either it is Rama or Krishna or anybody else. Parashurama and Balarama are meant for anger. Both are incarnations of Adishesha. The snake is always hissing. It has a natural habit of hissing, especially poison, spitting poison. So we are not supposed to spit poison, just like Balarama and Parashurama. Then Swadhyaya Kalaha eva pravartaniya. You must spend time called Swadhyaya. Smaranti ja abhigamanantaha. Now, the first timing on the morning, abhigamana, antaha, you can take it as the end of the abhigamanam or inside the abhigamanam. So inside the abhigamanam, within the abhigamanam, the first timing, smaranti, we all should remember. It is in what you call Prathama Purusha, Smaranti, meaning third person. But we must remember that we must do that. So Smaramaha. Then what do you get? Abhigamana Antah Padini. So there is a path inclusive or included in Abhigamanam, namely Purva, Yama, Swadhyaya. This is what the teachers expect the students to do. Remember the yesterday's lesson. Remember yesterday's lesson. So remember what did you do in what you did in Swadhyaya on the previous day. Purvayama Swadhyaya. So yesterday afternoon, what did I do? So recall, remind yourself, and then continue. And if you have done a mistake, correct yourself. If you have made a blunder, rectify. So apet, japet, adhyapayet, shishyan, dharayet cha, vicharayet. You have to do 4 actions. Remember what you did yesterday afternoon, Swadhyaya. So then meditate on what ideas that you entertained in your mind. Japet. Then teach them. Adhyapayet. Whom? Shishyan. You must find what you call Antevasi. That is one who is nearby. Catch hold of him and compulsorily bring him and teach him. The compulsory education. The mandatory training. So Shishyan Adhyapayat, teach the students, and then Dharayat. You remember as a teacher, you remember the lesson. You should not forget, so that they will not forget. So instill in the students' hearts the points, very, very, very good and best points in the what we call reading the meaning of the scriptures. Then dharayat, you must hold it. You must have a memory power. So keep it in your memory. Dharayat, then vicharayat, then discuss. And where is the room for discussion? Students may raise doubts. Students may seek clarifications. So vicharayat. Now, what is the use of this discussion? Vicharaha, as we say in Sanskrit as well as Tamil, is little different. Vicharaha meaning I inquire your welfare. Saukyama. அப்படின்னு விசாரித்தார் அல்ல விசாரித்தார் தமிழ்ல வேண்டி மாற்றி சொல்லுங்க. அது விசாரஹா. Second meaning is somebody has vicharaha, meaning sadness. He has some worries. Vicharaha is worry, as we use in Tamil. Unfortunately, both meanings are not there. Even what you call, suppose you are asking welfare, you are inquiring the welfare, we should not use the word vichara. Vicharayami. Aham Rajagopala Mahadayam Vicharayami, meaning I am not inquiring the welfare of Rajagopala Swami. You must say, I mean, I am discussing with him. That's what. Mahadbihi Saha Raghuramena Saha Aham Vicharayami, meaning I am discussing with Raghurama. Again, I am not worrying him, I am not worrying myself also. So, what is the use of this vicharaha, discussion? Namely, abhyasanam japaha. By meditation, you start you developing contradictory ideas. That is because of your IQ, intelligence, as well as sin. I don't understand the scriptural meaning in spite of many teachers teaching me the same line, same time, many times. My sin prevents me to understand. Again, my ignorance stops me from understanding. What is that ignorance? Maya. So I have Maya. I am not a realized soul. Why? Because I didn't understand. Why I didn't understand? Because I have little IQ. Not only that, our IQ is not 100% correct. So the japa, the meditation, will be a practice, abhyasanam, for discussion. Maybe the other way, the reverse is also true. Vicharaha abhyasanam japaha. Look at the beauty in Sanskrit. We can use different genders with the same, as adjectives to the same object. Very, very, very easy, very interesting. You must use according to the rule the gender, plus you must use, you can combine two genders and make adjectives. That is the beauty in Sanskrit. Generally, you make adjectives according to the subject of the sentence, but Sanskrit sentence construction encourages you, enables you, gives you a privilege of using different gender words in one sentence, keeping the one object as in mind. So, vicharaha pullingaha, masculine gender, abhyasanam napumsakalingaha, neutral gender, japaha again, masculine gender, pullinga, iti cha. Now, even the letter cha is very important in Mahabharatam especially, and also Valmiki's Ramayana. But here, cha given as number one footnote, koshat anyatra chakaraha na vidyate. So there is no cha available in other text, meaning it's only an addition, very, of course, unnecessary addition, I will say, but it has got a meaning. It has got a meaning. Why? So while you read the first line, the previous line, japet, so that is connected with japaha. So it is the vicharayet, last word. So japet, adhyapayet, shishyan, dharayet, vicharayet, last word. So the last word is connected with this vicharaha, and therefore there is an interconnection between those two sentences, and therefore there is and cha. Uktam cha. Again another cha is there. It is said here, anuyaga vidhana anantaram shri sattate samachamya punaryayat prayataha bhagavad iti uktva. So it is said here, anuyaga vidhana anantaram. What is anuyaga? what do you call the subject of this top paragraph, namely Swadhyayaha. Anuyagaha means Swadhyayaha. In other words, it can mean also follow up or the of the sacrifice that you started. What is the sacrifice? Pancaratra Agama worship. That's all. Anuyaga is what you call addition. You can say addendum. And you can say parishishtam in Sanskrit. In English, you can say addendum. So in a dictionary, for example, language dictionary, for example, for vocabulary, words are added every year, every day. So new words are added, and that's called addendum. That is called anuyagaha. So continue our meditation, continue our holding of the ideas in our mind, continue our discussion, continue our teaching, and so on. So anuyaga vidhanam the procedure. Anantaram afterwards, this see sattate, this is sattata samhita, samachamya. Again do achamanam. Today, a boy came of 8 years. At the 7th year exactly, he is initiated to Upanayana. Very nice grandparents and very nice parents. In this complex, in this house complex, we have a boy called Lakshmi Narasimhan. His name is Lakshmi Narasimhan. Very good name. And he has a school name, official name differently. I think that I'm yet to understand the meaning. So Lakshmi Narasimhan is a Sharma. And then he was asking, why I must do Achamanam every minute you are asking me to do Achaman. I'm teaching him Sama Sandhya Vandanam. Sama Veda Sandhya Vandanam. How am I eligible to teach? I read the book and teach. Very easy also. Very easy. I know the word there. There is no special mantra there. There is no special mantra in Sama Sandhya Vandanam. If at all there is a mantra, it must be it must have accents. I saw no accents in the book. I saw no accents in the book. Keshavdas Swami knows the scholar who published the book, Samam Parthasarathi, and there are so many typos. So many typos. If you publish a book with the typos, how can others follow? I will also do mistakes. I will also mispronounce them words. Then what will be the fruit of my Sandhyavandanam? No, of course, there is no fruit. There is no fruit except that we get the love of God. We get the love of God. Yeah, it is here. No, the book is in Sanskrit, completely in prose form. Of course, there are apovishta mayobhavaha. I know, therefore, the accent is known, but there is no mantra which I do not know, and there is no mantra with accents. Therefore, Sama Sandhya Vandanam seems to be very easy. Okay, so Samachamya. So the particular boy was asking me, why so many times we must do Achaman? Once upon a time, I'll tell you the interesting query from Keshavdas Swami many years back. He was asking me in the middle of Yajurveda Sandhyavandanam, he pointed out that there is an Achamanam to be done. I've been missing it for many decades. When he asked me, why this Achamanam? Why this Achamanam? I said, remember the names of God every second. That's all. That is the purpose for Achaman. Again, I will tell you the secret, namely, while you are delaying your grub, rather morning breakfast or meals, lunch, dinner, and so on, the Sandhyavandana will help because you can take a lot of water, sip a lot of water, so that your hunger will be satiated. So just is another trick of taking a lot of water through achamanam, just for joking. So samachamya, punaha again, yayat, go. Where should you go? Prayataha, with a steady mind, with what you call steadfast mind, with a gusto, Gusto, with sincerity, with faithfulness, approach what? Bhagavad Griham. It's a temple or a sanctum sanctorum in your home. So ityuktva, thus saying. So we can go to the next page. Remember our timings also. So we are going through 149th page. Tritiya Adhikara, we are only up to the Tritiya Adhikara. I think we have more Adhikaras, chapters. Manobuddhyabhimanena saha nyasya dharatale kurmavat chaturah padan shirastatraiva panchamam iti ashtanga pranamam cha vidhaya. We are reminded of our 8 limbs touching the ground. Sashtanga pranamam. Pranamaha, salutation. So what we call dandavat pranamam, falling like a stick, lying on the floor. So sashtanga with 8 limbs. Sa with 8 anga limbs. Wow. Among the 8 limbs, we are including what? Manaha, first word, buddhi. Second, abhimanaha. Third. So another 5. So what are the 5? So saha nyasya dharatale. So abhimanena saha. So you have a mind towards the Lord, buddhi, thought towards the Lord, intellect towards the Lord, abhimanaha, respect towards the Lord, love towards the Lord. Then nyasya dharatale. Place your palms on the floor, dharatale, on the ground, on the earth, over the earth. Then how do you salute? Kurmavat chaturaha padam. Kurmavat, like a tortoise, like a turtle. So all the four, namely 2 hands, 2 palms, and 2 toes, 2 legs, say 2 feet. So on the ground, Chaturaha Padam. How do you get to 4 feet? So we have become four-footed. So Shiraha Tatraiva Pancham. The 5th one will be our head. So our head should touch. Our forehead, we say, forehead should touch without, of course, getting the forehead mark, this hevel. நெத்தி அழியாம தலைய நெத்திய தரையில வைக்கணும். நெத்தி அழியக்கூடாது. திருமண் விபூதி வாட்டர் திருமண் சீச்சோர்ணம் அதெல்லாம் அழியக்கூடாது. You should not get off from your neck, forehead. So shiraha, head, tatraiva, the same way, in the same place, panchamam. So 5th touch will be from the head. So the other 3, manaha, buddhihi, abhimana. How many of you, please tell me at the end of the session, how many of you know these are the 8? In the case of Goda Goshti, ladies, we will have 5 limbs touching. 5 limbs touching. 2 hands, 2 knees, and head. Not like a stick, unlike a stick. They should have a short form of salutation, and then of course the principle is different. The principle is different. The ideas are different. Ashtangena namaskritya hi upavishya agrataha hare. There are 2 points in this Ashtanga pranamam. I'm just giving you the. How many of us will do that? Somehow we have learned some bad, rather different practice from others. Why do we touch our leg, say right leg to the left leg? We place our left leg over the right leg and right leg over the left leg. Why? I don't know why. You must tell me the meaning if you have done and if you know the meaning. If you know the meaning, you must tell. If you are doing it, you must ask others why they do that. No, there is no necessity. There is no necessity to combine your legs, toes, rather toes. And then when you get up, we must salute. We cannot get up like as we get up from bed. As well, just lying on the floor, you get up. But and we will also suppose we fall on the muddy floor where some dirty things are there. Then we will uh, do the what we call hasta aspalam. The palms will be cleared of the dirty objects. That should not be done during salutation. Because the floor, so what I want to say is, while we uh, prostrate before Sri Ranganatha on the road, when he is coming in the what we call Purappadu, we are supposed to do Sashtanga Pranamam in spite of the road's condition. The road condition is bad, but we must do it. You see people doing it. We must follow. Somehow we must follow. But of course, because of age, you are not able to bend. That is different. But if you are able to bend, your body is flexible. You have to do Sashtanga Pranamam on the road, not on a very clean place. So here, then Ashtangena Namaskritya, he Upavishya. So sit down, Agrataha Harehe, in front of Lord, then Agama Adhyayanam Kuryat. Then start reading Pancaratra. Tadvagyartha Vicharam. Then discuss also the meaning of the sentences in Pancaratra. Now, why do you read in the temple before the Lord? You must read earlier. You must read earlier. Get ready. Be prepared before going to the temple. And then when there is some mistake in the book, or when somebody points out some doubts or clarification, then you consult the book only. For doubts, you can consult. So, Tatiha, Bhagavat Prinana. So, what is the aim for you? We all aim at the pleasing of the Lord. Bhagavat Prinana. Not Swachitta Ranjaka. It is not Swachitta Ranjaka. You must understand the meaning of Swa is his own, not my own. I am not trying to satisfy myself. I am not trying to be happy over my own sincere duty. Remember this? Then we read Itihasa, Purana, Stotra, Nigamanta Dvaya. So Nigamanta Dvaya is scriptural duo, DUO. Scriptural DUO, the meaning where in Upanishads, we have Mahavakyams, so we have great sentences. So you can understand the meaning of the explanation of these two sentences, Sriman Narayana Charano, and so on. Vyapaka Mantradinam, understand the spells which explain in detail the meaning, the essence, the quintessence, the what you call the entire meaning in the Pancharatra Agama by reading Itihasa, Purana, Stotra, Upanishads, and so on. So what do? First here, Shravanam, then Mananam. Shravana, Manana. Then you start explaining to others also. Pravachana, that is speech. Japa Adaya. You must also recall to your mind, have a retrospective thought that whether you gave a right speech, Japa Adaya, then Vada Samvada Adaya, to argue, counter argue, make a good argument, not a vain argument, useless argument. Yaugika Jnana Pradeepa Snehaya Manaha. So when you argue with others, they must also be knowledgeable in yoga. So yoga jnana you can say, or jnana you can say wisdom of the scriptures. Then pradeepa, they must shine in their knowledge. Pradeepa, snehaya manaha, they must be friendly with the scriptures. They must love scriptures. So yogika jnana pradeepa snehaya manaha. They must be friendly with us. We must be friendly with devotees also who throng the temple. THRONG. Then Yogika Jnana Pradeepa Snehayamana. They must have belief, they must have faith, they must be what you call theistic while they come into the temple. No non-believer should be contacted. A believer who has reposed full faith on God should be welcomed, should be made friends. What should we not talk? Parushyam, Anrutam Chaiva, Paishunyam Chaiva, Sarvashaha, Anibadha Pralapasya, Vangmayam, Syat, Chaturvidham. Four negative statements we are not supposed to learn them. In Tamil, there is a proverb, Kalavam Katru Mara. Learn bad actions and avoid them. Learn bad actions, meaning understand the nature of bad actions, then don't perform. You must know how to steal an object. At the same time, you should not be a thief. That's the beauty.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞான வைராக்கியபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்தேதிகம் கவிதார்கிகசிம்மாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமः. வாதித்யவசிரோ பங்க பஞ்சானன பராக்கிரமம் ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கட நாதாரி இதம் விஜயதா புவி திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழி ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர போவளவும் வாழ்வு.
Vayam Dhanyaha. In the musical tradition, you can elongate a vowel beyond 2 matras. Dharaniyil வாழ்வார்க்கு. It is allowed because in scriptures also, while we say Harihi Om in the beginning and Harihi Om in the end, we will have 3 matras and 4 matras. Harihi Om. Harihi Om. 4 matras or 3 matras. It is allowed, it is compulsory. While reciting Katakam, Achidram, Ashwamedam, and so on, we have 3 matras for Pranava and 4 matras for Pranava. That is the beauty. That's why I wanted to compare this musical tradition, and it is allowed.
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ